trust Eric, so I wanted to join the team. And so I talked to him about joining the team, and I have been here ever since. And I think he secretly thinks it's the worst mistake he ever made. And now we need to join the team.
We are now starting out on chapter 4 of our paranormal endeavors. And it's grown into something that has been pretty amazing in many ways. Back in 2010, when it was just Jeremiah, Alex, and myself, and Jackie, we didn't know exactly where it was going to go. We just know the main concept that we built it upon, which was a team that studied using the spiritual and the scientific, and that's the core of our team.
Yeah, I joined as case manager towards the middle end of chapter 3, and I really am looking forward to seeing where we're going in the future.
So it's Jackie. I've been to a lot of investigations lately. I've been pretty busy with working and moving and everything in between. It's really, really hard to believe that we're coming up on to chapter 4 of our youth. I was with the team back when I had braces and everything like that, so it's definitely been a great experience for me, I think.
During the last year endeavors, I've learned quite a bit, getting better with the evidence and calling things what they're supposed to be. Like, now I can't even say any of them, but I can actually say the equipment correctly. Open-wise, I've become a little more open. There's been a couple times that I've felt more of a connection when I've asked questions, and answers seem to respond directly to the questions asked.
And so hopefully I can go into a case and be able to tell everyone, well, this is information, and it's gonna be fun because research is to me pretty cool.
I call the historical societies, I call libraries, I look online, I just do everything I can. Sometimes I can't, like we have a case coming up and can't find nothing on the house. There's really nothing. So it's sometimes difficult and aggravates me, but
I'm very interested to see how well I fit into the system they have going. I mean, they've been doing this for a while. They've worked with a lot of people. They know what they're doing a lot more than I do. I've been out in the field, but I don't have the organized approach they do.
I'm really looking forward to working some more with Kim. We get along really well, and I think there's a lot I can learn from her.
Very happy with where we're at so far. A few things I kind of want to see a little bit directions expanding in different ways, but other than that, overall, pretty thrilled about where we're at.
This is the first official team that I've been a part of, yes. Just the knowledge that there's things out there besides us, and connecting with them and trying to figure out how to connect what I do outside of ghost hunting with what I do on the spiritual world.
And I'm just excited to work with people that are organized.
Oh, this is a new start, a new year, and I joined the team toward 2013, I think. I don't remember that memory. And I'm looking forward for this new 2015. We'll go more cases, learn more with the team, learn more how to be a field investigator.
I'm really hoping within this next chapter to heighten my senses and work on my own abilities as well, because I think that's kind of been, especially with the past few months, been pushed to the side for me.
I love history. I like history. I like learning about things. I like digging into the background. So I love doing that. It just frustrates me when there's nothing. It's like it didn't exist. So
hopefully I can put in some good points for her too that she might not have thought of before.
And in the next season, I'm going to continue to try to become more open, and also work on continue to having a pretty good guard at home and in my regular life.
Just wrapped up chapter 3. You're starting a new chapter. Really excited to see how it goes. I mean, I feel like I'm growing for every case.
So I just joined the team at the end of chapter 3. I'm really excited to get that start going because I've only been on a few investigations, which was Waverly and then 2 partial residential cases. I'm also working on starting evidence analysts, which is very nice to see what we actually catch and be one of the first people to get to see it.
We picked up Kasie and we lost Clay. Clay stepped down for personal reasons, and so we have that void still kind of to fill. Training Kasie on evidence analyst.
I joined the team as a field researcher, still in training. I'm not gonna lie to you, I need to learn a lot more from Mary, Jackie, Mary, and a few of the old guys. And I like the team so far. They're really friendly and nice people, nice, very professional people. And now I'm another evidence and review analyst, and I want to learn more from the guys, from the team. I'm hoping this 2015 year bring us more cases so I can learn more, have more experience, and that's it.
Been said already, but honestly, I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes next. This is just impressive. Fantastic.
Getting more comfortable with doing research.
And then I'm excited to see what else we're going to be doing. It's going to be a good year.
We actually have a pretty steady group of people who have been with us. Pretty much almost everybody from chapter 3 are still with us currently now. So that means pretty much going back the last year and a half, we have the same roster.
Helping some of the newer family members, as you would say, with our team. Helping some of the newer family members to grow in their own gifts and to realize some more of their gifts. Because I'm almost 100% sure there's at least 2 people who have a lot more gifts than what they're really showing right now.
Just can't wait to see what chapter 4 entails, and hopefully I'll still be able to continue to lead and teach my team different things, and continue to network in the paranormal community. That if something that I don't know the answer to, that we'll have somebody that we know who does, and just continue to work together like we have been, and be this giant family that loves to sit in the dark in a haunted location on a Saturday night.
I look forward to chapter 4.
For this chapter, we also took on an additional production assistant to help out, because Alex is our primary and he isn't always available. So this will help out Alex as well.
Hi, my name is Mike Sutton, and I used to have my own paranormal team, CIPI, and I stepped down from those duties due to some time restrictions and family things and work. And Eric had an opportunity for me to help with production.
He has some camera and production experience. He'd also worked on production for Metaphysical World as well.
Thought it'd be interesting to kind of be on the other side of things and not have so much responsibility with the team, but to also see how things kind of operate, doing more of the production side. So I accepted the offer, and I'm looking really forward to my journey with Paranormal Endeavors.
That it's a Alright, so Kasie and I had moved into a new house. It was an old house, there's a lot of history to it. Built in 1914, was a VA home for a while, and then we have somebody that Kasie works with whose, I guess, grandparent used to run it when it was a VA home. So we have all these little connections and the abstract.
Starting to get in our new house, it's exciting, stressful, moving. It's a nice big old 1914 Victorian home. I've always lived in really big old homes, so that's kind of what I was looking for in a house that I'd want to live in, and we're just going out there to check it today and kind of get a feel for it.
It's really interesting to learn about your own house, especially since it's something that we've done being paranormal researchers. And we think that we really feel that paranormal researchers are doing more justice by looking at that history versus ignoring it. And then when we move into our own house and we start going over that, it's our very own, so it has a unique feeling to it because it's like, well, we're now part of that history. So
We're gonna hopefully fill it with stuff eventually, soon. And Eric's gonna have his office there for the team and have everybody over, and I'm excited to show everybody.
It's not a big deal to have it done. It's not needing it really, in the case of things. But I thought it would be a good idea. I've told other people to get their new homes or move into new rental properties. Went in there while it was still empty before we moved in and moved our stuff in there and started to do a quick cleansing.
we started having some of our team members over. Jackie was the first one to come over and stay the night in our guest bedroom. So I can't wait to see what happens to her in that guest bedroom.
I was talking with Eric and Kasie, and they were talking about how they had moved into a new house and how they'd had a little bit of activity going on, but not a whole lot. So, being a third bystander, they wanted me to come in and see if I picked up on anything or if I noticed anything as well. So that's pretty much what I'm doing tonight, is gonna do a walk through the place, and then after that I'm gonna start setting up, and I'm gonna stay a night in their haunted room. So how's the move been?
Ooh, it's been a work in progress. Biggest move I've ever had to do. Alright, so she was pretty impressed with the place. It was kind of like Kasie and my experience when we first walked in with the realtor. Just seeing how big the rooms were. Each of them are pretty big size, and the chandelier, of course, was awesome. That's that and the floor and the parlor.
It's a gorgeous house. You can tell that it definitely has a good amount of history to it. When we walked in, I noticed that it's very big. It's got the very big Victorian style windows, which is absolutely gorgeous. So our new team room, which is stunning. It looks so good. It's even got a chandelier in it, which 100% I agree with.
So, and then we finally went upstairs, showed her where she's going to be staying, and it's no secret. I mean, I picked up just briefly on a possible female energy that is in the house occasionally, but it's not anything whatsoever to really even have an investigation over. She's very quiet. She doesn't do much. Any activity that we notice, it is almost a once a month kind of deal, and Kasie and I will joke about, it must be that time of the month.
It's great to see her. She's been a little gypsy, so we're glad to have her actually come over. We're making her stay in our guest bedroom that has never been slept in before, so.
It felt a little bit different, I guess you could say. When you first walked in, you could tell there's a little difference from that room compared to the rest of the house, but it's not anything really that jumped on me right away. So pretty excited for tonight. I'm really excited to see if we get anything and see what personal experiences I can pick up on.
Not a haunted house, as you might think, but tell them about the experience that you had with Scooby.
I was just laying down the stairs and sleeping, and I woke up to hearing somebody walking upstairs and kind of caught his attention.
Yeah. Then one time, there's one night, it was about 4:30 a.m. I woke up because I heard shuffling, and I didn't know that she was up, but she was awoke because she had heard the shuffling too. We didn't know that until we talked to each other.
Pretty much what I did is I walked around the room to see if there's any dead space, which basically anywhere where there wouldn't potentially be any wires, etc., that could contaminate any evidence, any K2 readings you get. So did that. I found a few spots that for sure would be good places just to sit and have EVP sessions. You can come up to this light over here and you can touch it, you can walk by it, and you can make it move. You can make it light up for me if you want. Are you just playing now? Alright. I was getting a lot of heartbeat, rhythmic kind of responses on the K2. If you're a female, can you make that light flash again? Alright, thank you. So far what I've picked up on and what I've gotten answers to is that it is in fact a woman. In her 30s, brown hair. When I asked the question as to whether or not she used to work here when it used to be an old veterans home, I got a more stronger hit on the K2, so that might be something to look into as well. Something fun, or was it just kind of a job? Loud noise, don't know what that was. I heard a really loud noise, and it was like a really big bang over by the closet, so not sure what that was exactly, but it definitely startled me enough to look into it more. Kind of sounded like it came from the closet area, but a little higher. Was that you? Are you still here with me? No? Do you like Eric and Kasie living here? You do? Ended the EVP sessions around, I'd say, like 1:40 or 2-ish, somewhere around that, I believe.
I haven't investigated it, as in pulling out equipment and trying to capture and get yes and no responses and things of that nature. So it'll be kind of neat to see what Jackie finds in there. So the next morning, Jackie wrote down all of her experiences. She told Kasie and me what she found, and pretty much confirmed the whole female spirit thing, and it makes sense if it was somebody who worked here during its operation as a VA.
I'm excited for chapter 4, getting in some new cases, helping out some new people, and it's going to be exciting getting into our new house, getting into a new endeavor and filling it.
I have my team over here. This is probably the only time I would be able to investigate. My husband's not home. He's working out of state. And I just thought it'd be interesting to kind of find out what really is going on here. And if there would be anything anyone could find.
We're going to investigate here. This will be the first one for chapter 4. We're pretty excited here. It's been a little while because we kind of had a summer off. We haven't had as many cases there. And we moved, well, Kasie and I did, so we'd moved to a new home that took up a lot of our time, and we just actually didn't get as many cases for that July, August, and September timeframe. Usually our busy season's traditionally been the second half of September all the way through the first half of December. It's kind of when things pick up. Oh, she's ready for us. Hello.
Come on in.
It's been a little while. How are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good. Yep, so Ross and Mary were able to make it, and then the rest of them couldn't. Rafi was about to, and then he couldn't, and then same with Jackie, she got called into work, so she let us know this time. She just pulled Gypsy, so we're good. I'm happy there. All right, so you've decided to have us over here. You've had activity ever since you've lived here?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Okay. Has it been really bad towards this time of the year, or is there any kind of a, or at any time of day?
I'd say any time. Actually, yeah, any time of the day. But I usually block it. So.
Yeah, we know how
I
you are.
usually shut it down pretty fast.
So I know we're having Mary kind of brief you a little bit and go into a little bit more of the case manager side, since this was we don't have too much. We're kind of going into a little cold, which is okay. It's a good test for us. Good practice. And for having us over here, since you've lived with it, is it just kind of a validation, or maybe figure out who or what, that kind of thing?
If you could find out who or what, or if anything would want to interact, I would find that really interesting.
Okay. Okay. And you said your son Dylan's had experiences as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll talk to him as well.
Okay. My biggest one is from here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Can I talk about it, or?
Yeah.
This used to all be carpeted right here. All carpeted. We're sitting here. He has a friend over. They're playing right here. And a ball rolls across the carpeted floor right about to here, towards me.
Okay.
My dogs are here, but they weren't rolling the ball towards me. They weren't near the ball. Just rolls straight over. Me being the great parent that I am, asked Dylan if he'd pick the ball up and take it back, because I was a little freaked out.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he saw it. His friend saw it. It was a really weird moment.
Mm-hmm.
But then I didn't talk about it again. We didn't talk about it. We just kept going on our daily activities like it never happened. That's how I've always treated anything that happens in this house.
Yeah.
With, other than the deck furniture, that used to happen at the other house.
Oh, yeah.
I just used to ignore it.
Yeah. Yeah. Any, being an investigator yourself, especially being with us for as long as you have been, any kind of ongoing theories that you have, like just generalized right now until Mary talks to you, but just kind of like attachment to items or something that's followed you for investigations you've been on before? I know you had a history at Villisca once.
I really believe something did possibly follow me from Villisca. That's when I shut down, when I stayed pretty shut. That's because he was very young, and it seemed to like his room, whatever it shall be. And it was my theory it came from Villisca. But then my grandfather used to hang out on our deck at our other house on his furniture that's out on the deck. I say it's him. He never told me it was him, but the one wrought iron chair would rock by itself, and my husband wouldn't go out on the deck at all. He was terrified of our deck. And then I eventually went out on the deck and talked to my grandfather and asked him to stop because he was scaring my child. I am a foster parent. I don't have any right now. But the dogs will just stare up the steps, and that's where his room used to be. And every kid I've had does not like his room.
What's that? If you had to pick a hot spot, is it up? This floor or down?
Upstairs in the basement living room, the here and
upstairs is probably the one where everybody says they don't like.
And we're doing one of our own. Kerri had us over here to do investigation of her home, just kind of help identify and maybe figure out perhaps what could be going on here. Thus far, it's not anything threatening or anything that we have to do a cleansing after it for, so we're just kind of here, just a good old traditional old-fashioned investigation. The whole idea of this documentary series is just to educate as well. We don't make up anything, none of our evidence is faked. What you see out there, a lot of sources, we don't know if it's credible or not, but with us, it's just basically you're watching us through the camera. We don't make up anything.
Here we are at one of our own, Kerri's house. checking it out. Beautiful place, as you'll see.
This is my grandfather's.
The lamp, Mom?
The lamp are my grandparents. These, I believe, are from my grandfather-in-law.
Okay.
Would be my husband's grandfather, or yes, and grandmother.
Would he act like he's gruff to somebody? Like, would he, like, if you walked into the room, what are you doing here?
He might do that as a joke, yes.
Yeah. And did he ever use the phrase pish posh?
He might have, yes. I don't know. I don't remember. It was very much a joke.
Well, Eric, do you want me to reveal what setting up what I got from down here?
Huh?
I got some things from when I was setting up down here.
Oh,
There's stuff in here.
I think for some of the cold aspects, a lot of what we're getting is spiritual. Keep tight for right now. Just hold off on that.
What kind of activity do you feel like you're experiencing there?
I don't feel a lot or see a lot of activity. The ball that rolled across the floor. I'm pretty sure the train happened up here.
No, it was downstairs.
It was downstairs.
Right by the steps.
Okay. So, train and basement.
The dogs really worry about the upstairs and the mirror. My bedroom, every once in a while, I feel is darker.
Okay.
There was a lot of coal mines around here. There was also, I know Indians were here at one time, and then there was this was farmland.
Farmland before they started building the houses. You know, have a small crew tonight, which is nice for, the size of the house. I'm anxious to get going and see what's going on.
We were doing setup, and I came across kind of an issue with the DVR system. The hard drive wasn't getting recognized, so I had to take that thing apart. It delayed us a little bit, but got it working again, so it's game on, and we're able to continue our investigation. And it appears it is recognizing it, so we should be good to go. So, good thing I know how to tear this thing apart and put it back together again. That's not something I normally train my team to do, so it's kind of lucky that it was a quick fix.
First part of the investigation, Ross and I were downstairs in the basement. We're down here, and you're probably tired of people walking in and out all day long, or all night long, I should say. But again, I have the K2 meter. See the pretty lights? Go ahead and you can answer yes by coming by and lighting it up.
She kind of took lead on that, asking a bunch of questions, got some impressions from it, but as far as technology, nothing really seemed to back anything up.
Did you have to work long hours? It's got darker in here.
I was wondering if there's any American Indians around. I heard a click behind me. This sounds silly, but I think they'll have more luck with me not up there right now.
Really? Upstairs?
Eric had more interaction with it than probably anyone. And I know that they know I usually have my guard pretty high up.
Yeah, it seems like I would get stuff at the very beginning. Like down here, I got when we were setting up, and upstairs in the south room, I got it at the very beginning. I mean, I was to the point where, I don't know, I was feeling actually literally sick.
I don't think I have a bad relationship with what's here. I don't know if I have a positive one with what's upstairs, but it's not bad. I think there's a general respect for how the rules go at my house.
And it was pretty quiet for the last part of us being down there.
I feel bad because I know a lot about my grandpa. I know I spent a lot of time with my grandma, but I know a lot of those answers from my grandpa. I don't know if I know those answers from my grandma.
What the heck? Can you answer those questions for her?
Alright, so I started upstairs, took Kerri, and Dylan joined us as well. We went upstairs and did our first EVP session up there. We're just here for a little while, and you're welcome to communicate with us. Did it once. I think you're trying to get a feel for it, that's okay. We started to get some very weak responses with the K2. It wasn't impressive, but there were still some unexplainable reactions going up there because it was pretty grounded. There wasn't a lot of EMF, it wasn't a fear cage situation throughout those bedrooms upstairs. Are you someone who followed Kerri home? Did she bring you here?
Ever since childhood.
Was that you?
That was not me. Was it you, Dylan?
No.
This is the one place, if there's something up here I don't understand.
Was that you?
It was not me.
Alright. Noise from kind of general direction.
This is the one place, if there's something up here I don't understand.
Is that you?
It was not me.
I gotta be honest to everybody, I get a little protective when I'm up here because I do have kids that I love that come in and out of here.
Just looked like it was like a black shadow limb kind of thing. It was like a Tim Burton
Coming towards me, probably.
limb that was coming down, kind of towards you, but it was going down.
We were up there, we had a little bit of hit on the K2. Someone thought they saw a hand possibly reaching over towards me. You can open the window there too, it'll pull off real fast. Oh my God.
Is that you? Yes? Can you make it flash again? Is that you? Alright. Are you a man? Are you a woman? 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 Are you related to Kerri? Are you a grandmother or an aunt or a deceased relative? No? And it would do it when I would ask questions repeatedly. And it did seem like it had intelligence with it. Reconfirm, are you still here? Make it flash again, please, just so we know. Are you still here? Yes? Are you happy here? Are you angry here or not happy? Are you upset? Yes?
It did more interacting if I wasn't in the room, and it sounded as if it knew who I was. It also sounded as if possibly that it knows that I have a pretty strong personality when it comes to it being in my house. I'm not mad at her. That's probably why she's not mad at me. I'm not mad at her. I just want everybody to be safe. You don't know this, Mike, but I could love anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
She'll walk up to a demon and be like, "Oh, good boy."
Do you need some love? Do you need some help going to the other side? Yes.
That's me turning on this light, I believe.
That's my biggest fear, is I could like anything.
I'm going to send Mary and Ross upstairs next and see if they can have the same kind of experience and see what they can document up there.
Here next, Mary and I will be heading upstairs. Apparently Eric and Kerri had some great stuff up there, so hopefully the wealth can be shared.
See the doll that they're talking about? Here she is. Jeez. I'm going to talk with the doll.
Is it that one or that one?
Well, that one is as creepy as this one is. So, I have a thing for dolls. So it's going to be interesting going upstairs because I really want to see. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen in the next part of the investigation. We're starting them back again in the girls' bedroom. They told me there was dolls up here, so I found this little sweetie. Is there anybody in here that can tell me the doll's name? Any little girl that played with this doll? It wasn't comfortable when I first got in there, but we stayed in there and I started feeling a little bit better. That's probably the most that we really have experienced up there. So you must have seen him. You must have had a lot of little girls holding you. That was me moving the head in case you saw the head move. So, does it feel good to be cuddled again?
Do you want me to turn off the computer?
That would be sweet.
Eric, do you want me to turn off the computer?
I don't think it's affecting anything right now.
Because it's making a constant buzzing sound.
If you want to, that's up to you.
Do you hear that scratching sound?
I heard that scratching sound.
I heard that too.
Is that our dogs?
I didn't hear it, so I don't know. I would doubt it. They'd be closer to me.
It sounded like it came from behind us.
In my computer room?
What was that?
I heard that too. Did you hear a whistle?
Yeah. We had heard it sounded like a whistle that had gone off. We don't know exactly, couldn't find the origination of that. A lot of scratching and little general noises that are coming from behind us. And then Kerri had mentioned something kind of fascinating, that there's a dog that they had to put to sleep. So could be possible dog spirit.
You hear that scratching sound?
I heard that scratching sound.
I heard that too.
Is that our dogs?
I didn't hear it, so I don't know.
It sounded like it came from behind us.
In my computer room?
What was that?
I heard that too. Did you hear a whistle?
A whistling sound, or did you guys whistle?
The hall.
To me.
Right there.
Like where you're at, near the pot.
Oh.
Is it in the computer room?
Watch out for the king there. So whoever, if someone just whistled, can you make that sound again, please? That was really cool. The first time we heard a whistle, which was way cool.
It was right after that scratch. The scratching
Yeah.
sound came right before that.
Alright, if you're here still, are you making noises for us? If that's you, could you do some more?
Let's see, got the Oculus here. So, I hear this is a foster home. Asked a bunch of questions. Really, nothing happened.
Alright, well, actually we'll regroup here just for a short moment and then...
Okay, copy that.
What?
We're, yeah.
Quitting already?
Okay, cool, thanks. We're going silent
Going silent.
for a few minutes and it'll tell me when.
Okay. Almost the very end, the Ovulus piped up with the word get, G-E-T, and then like seconds later there was a knock at the front door with the pizza delivery.
What's
Sounds
that?
like some movement downstairs.
Mhm.
What do we got? Get? Get what? Oh, get the door. You trying to say for us to get the door?
Is that downstairs or was that?
That was Kasie, I bet, at the door.
Oh, okay.
That's weird, because it said get right before she knocked.
Yeah.
Are you telling us about the door? That is kind of a nice coincidence.
Yeah, it is.
Give us something else, please.
Yeah, because it said get, I mean, and she knocked.
Yeah, and then she knocked on the door.
I mean, they could have, like, I was a little bit startled there with it. It's like, really?
I'm pretty sure earlier tonight I've said on film I don't really care for the obulus, but that I got to admit was interesting.
Kasie, who just arrived, and so it just kind of worked itself up.
Pizza!
Put that whistle. I don't know.
That whistle was way cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can go in the storage room because that's probably
That was a way cool whistle.
And dogs don't whistle.
No, that was a whistle.
Yeah, there isn't much to say about down there. If there's something down there, it feels light. It doesn't feel heavy.
Okay, so I just arrived here. Finishing out the investigation. I had to work late again. Not surprised. Love my job. And so excited to see what'll happen. Heard it's been moderately active, kind of quiet. So
We're about to finish here and get reorganized and then go into the spiritual here in a little bit. Yeah, a picture of the creepy doll up there.
Okay.
the creepy dolls.
Oh, I'll probably want to take it home. I told you my story about dolls.
Still starts
I have
walking.
other creepy dolls downstairs.
Yeah.
Can you please get rid of them?
So,
I know, I like to leave them in your bedroom every once in a while or in the computer room, so when you open the door, they're staring at Dylan when he walks in.
Poor kid.
That's what I said. Keith, get rid of them.
Really use
sandwich? Okay, I swear I heard sandwich because I said it before I
Yeah,
picked it
What
up.
did it say?
It said tilt.
Tilt?
Tilt.
I heard sandwich.
I heard sandwich.
I did too. I swear I heard sandwich before I even looked at it.
Ghost is like, go make me a sandwich.
Yeah.
Well, I like the one at your place. It was like apple pie.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't like secrets, and I love my grandfather anyway.
Born.
I know
Born?
Born.
P-O-R-N?
No, B-O-R-N. Born. Like someone was.
I've never seen that thing say porn.
Well, that's the thing I was comment on Facebook. It said, you say I'm crazy. Thank you. I live for crazy or something like that. I don't know what it is.
Is there ghosts that can ghosts post on social media?
That'd be cool.
Can they what?
Post on social media.
I've heard it.
But it'd be
It's like
hard to
automatic
prove.
writing. Alright, so we're just about to start the spiritual side, and for this I decided to pull everybody together and take them upstairs where the hot spot tends to be for the activity. So now we're here, tapping into the spiritual side. Some of us can detect you, some of us can sense you. We're going to kind of go down a list here so far from, I'll let you go
So
first from what you got.
Okay. This is what I wrote down at the beginning of the night, my feelings for setup. I was downstairs, felt like an old man's presence down there, and in my psychic mind or whatever, however, did I knock him down again?
Yeah.
I keep knocking down the thing. And for the better word of it, I don't know what to really call the voice. It asked me in a gruff male voice. I heard, "What are you doing down here?" And I felt like he was like kind of mocking me, kind of joking. And when I looked up at the pewter soldiers, I got a dark touch. Then up here in this room, the south bedroom upstairs, and even Ross could tell that my breathing had changed, and I was you could tell that I was feeling something. I mean, it got heavy, got kind of like, I said, my breathing changed. I could feel something in the room.
We weren't getting as much evidence through like the devices we had in terms of the scientific, so I was a little discouraged about that, but we were starting to get some more encounters, like with chills and some kind of changes in that room, because when we first went up there it felt not as heavy as it did as earlier in the night when we went up there. I had things I had picked up on starting out up here, especially female, I'd have to say, and it was a woman who, when I was communicating with her, she wasn't really responding unless I just kept getting this whole, when you ask me something, you say please, and just very, I guess, polite, and demanded that kind of respect also from those around her.
I got kind of it was almost a, I don't know if it was like a flu-like symptom of some kind. I mean, that's probably, I think part of it is what you're getting, maybe, with the whole, I kind of empathically picked up on what it felt like to have a fever, and I haven't had one for a long time.
I feel like that right now.
It was just kind of like, it reminded me of laying down and just kind of just, you know, when you're having the sweats, but you're having the chills. It's almost like kind of wearing a winter coat.
Exactly.
Wearing a winter coat, but you couldn't get out of it because it's that unpleasant. It's like going for a jog on a 20-degree day and you're just having winter clothes on and you're just all wet.
That's definitely how I'm feeling right now.
Yeah, so that to me is an indication of possibly how this person passed.
Just felt more of a protective, watchful kind of thing. I don't know. I didn't get any really.
I feel like there's somebody in here. Yeah.
See, I don't think it's my grandmother because she wouldn't make you say please. I mean, she's very committed, but I don't think I know who is up here. That's the odd thing about it.
I was on the scientific, but kept getting intelligent responses because I had said, let this say yes on the number of you that there are. So I was like, is there one of you here? Nothing. 2 of you here? And it blinked.
Okay.
3 of you? Nothing. 4 of you? Nothing. 5 of you? Nothing. 6 of you? Nothing. And then I backtracked again. I was like, okay, so is there 3 of you here? Nothing. 2 of you here? It blinked again.
Okay.
So then we started working with that, and I started to tap into the spiritual side, and I started throwing out some things that I didn't know with my normal regular senses, but Kerri had confirmed, and so we had helped identify grandfather figure who comes and goes occasionally. We don't think he's trapped here or anything like that. So probably close my eyes to start off. So I mean, feel free to say it if you see stuff happening. You can announce it.
What do you call it? Your human version of the ovulus is always interesting to see when Eric does that. But I don't know. Honestly, I was trying to keep the camera as still as I could by that point.
Garlic bread, pasta. Someone with, I don't know if that's a sign of real Italian background. Smells good. That's my stomach. That was right away, and that was strong. That was nice.
It's funny, I'm starting to smell garlic bread now.
That's on a spiritual. That's always hard for me because I don't really get the emotions or the feelings. It was interesting. I enjoyed hearing them.
And then all of a sudden we got this overwhelming sense of like delicious garlic bread, but it was just intense, and Mary started smelling it as well about just the same times.
The color red. I don't know if this is I got checkered with, but I don't know if it's like a plaid shirt or he's trying to show me clothes.
That could be my grandfather's jacket. Black and red checkered.
And remember that, don't we have that still?
I think we do, and I've been downstairs. I hope so.
You do? Nice. But that was cool that you...
Yeah, that I got it. I got it too. That's what I was smelling it.
Lavender to start out, but lavender's never crossed over to garlic. They're 2 different spectrums.
I've never smelled smelled a scent before. But yeah, when you said it, I mean, it smelled like fresh baked garlic bread. We did the spiritual part of the investigation. That is my favorite part. I mean, that's just what I'm picking up on, but...
What was that bell sound? Did you hear that?
Sounded to me like a door.
I took the things off the door in the girls' room, so it shouldn't be anything.
If you're the older woman that we have picked up on, we helped identify the man who comes here and visits.
Had you ever went to the light?
Mary, what's wrong? Did you open up too much? And then what had happened was that Mary had, she's empathic, and so she's very open, as that's been an ongoing process to work with her on trying to get a grasp on that and ground herself. But it's believed that the woman spirit up there had kind of tapped into Mary, used her as a vessel to pass along some message, and the whole room did get a little lighter during that time.
All right, so what do you get? What do you get? Like I said, the last thing what she said is gonna pretty much telling me my life is gonna be I'm gonna be an old bitter woman.
She's telling you that you're gonna be an old bitter woman?
That's kind of like what the message was that she gave me. What to your future, Jerry? It's gonna. You're just gonna be an old bitter woman. I gotta get her out of my head. To me, I had an experience that I felt like the woman that was upstairs came through me. Just got into me, and the emotions were raw, intense. I gotta get her out of my head.
Like, she was told that, or she's telling you that you're gonna be a bitter old woman?
I think she's telling me that. She said she just wants to make her presence known. She just wants everyone to know she's here. She doesn't want to hear anybody. She just wants everyone to know she's here. She's gonna run the show her way.
Any indication why she doesn't want to cross over?
Stubborn.
Well, yeah, that's what I got, but
Yeah, stubborn.
beyond that, is she afraid of what's on the other side?
No.
Is she mad about her life
Control.
when she was here?
No, she wants control. Very uplifting. I mean, even though it was like very emotional, I feel cleansed from the thing, and I feel like there's nothing Kerri should worry about. She has a wonderful house.
Are you shocked? I come from a long line of stubborn people. I don't want to engage her in a
power struggle.
Yeah.
And what about the scare room?
My feelings towards that, and I don't ever mean anyone harm, is that she shouldn't bully people. It's okay if she wants to be here. I don't really want her scaring little kids, and I don't get the sense that's what she wants to do. I don't mind if she wants to move things around in this room or other rooms every once in a while, as long as it's not my keys when I need to go to work. But bullying, I don't want to do that. I worry a little bit that, just from I know from my family history, that she needs control because she didn't have control over something.
Interesting to see what they did come up with. It was the first time I saw Mary get super emotional, so I was like warned about it, but I never actually saw it happen. But it was really good for her though, and went over some personal things that she needed to go over. So always nice to help other people out.
I don't need a woman spirit, griping at me all the time.
Well, what does she have to gripe about? If that's the only message she has, she just wants to make sure that, okay, you guys know I'm here, I'm just here, I'm not really going to bug you, and then what's her beef?
I don't know.
I know from my family, but I don't think she's related to my family from what I'm getting from all this. I have family who have MB, muscular dystrophy. Depending where you are in that continuum, not being able to do much when you're growing up, having family that hid the secret or shamed you for it. Some people get very resentful and very angry at people and would take their frustration out on other people. I'm not saying she has MD, but whatever she experienced.
Hold this, breathe in and breath and release.
I was trying to control it. I mean, I was like going, okay, it's nothing, and then all of a sudden, it just boom.
What
Emotions
works
just came out.
Yeah, for some people on that. Some people imagine, this. They visualize a shield.
Mm-hmm.
Some people do that, where they visualize a shield or like a bubble that they encase themselves in, and they're constantly focused on no, you're not allowed anymore. No, you cannot get into me anymore. No, and just you don't have to say it, but think it even, and sometimes that helps.
I was trying to concentrate on the blue light and the candle.
You got to make sure that doesn't happen to where you come too involved.
Yeah, and I mean, I really tried to hold it back and not get to that, and I felt like, hey, I'm making progress, but then it's like, then also, boom, there she is, hi. But yeah, I felt like I was really making progress. I was really, I was holding her back there for a while. So.
But yeah. Better?
Yeah.
I'd be interested in what bugs her, but I don't know.
I don't know, something's bugging her, but I always try to prove it to my husband, prove it to my daughter, try and prove it. Yes, there is something. I am unique. There's something. This is real, and.
Yeah, they're fighting as hard as you are trying to prove it to them. I mean, it's you can't dwell on that. Don't strain yourself to where it's affecting your health and your thoughts and outlook on life.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's one of the reasons why when you said you didn't have a camera person, I was quick to volunteer Dennis, because I really want him to see. I really want him to see this. I mean, especially I think if he meets you and sees how genuine you are, that maybe it will open him up to know that the things that I do, I don't do to be, I don't know how he
You
would
should have taken
explain
the
it.
Farrar.
From that experience, with Eric helping me through that experience, I feel stronger from it all. So I think this was a great case for us.
We can bring, the die-hard skeptic, sit him in this room, have him stare down that hallway, and be like, oh, there's Elvis, the king of rock and roll, just walking down there. Everybody can see him, and they're still come up with some kind of it was just a draft.
Well,
there's no purpose in arguing and fighting it all the time.
And I believe in ghosts, and half the time I still convince myself it's a draft.
Yeah.
Well, that's just with me, I want to, if I don't see something, I say I don't see something.
But I guess you look at it positively, he's letting you do this and go off to those, the crazy people events.
Yes.
And, he's not restraining you from doing that kind of stuff. He's not controlling your life in that aspect. So embrace that.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll see what we caught here, and we'll get some evidence to help validate what we were getting on the spiritual side.
Validation, I always let Grandpa's around, so that doesn't surprise me if he's here off and on.
All right, well, thanks again for having us over and keeping you up till the butt crack of dawn, but we did what we could do, and hopefully we've provided you some kind of validation to what you might have been thinking all along.
The lady who might be upstairs, I can't wait to see if we have more evidence on her. I feel for her, I worry about her, and we're going to have to put all the rules back up. So her and I will continue our weird relationship as we have always had. There you go.
Good night. I love you too, she's forcing me.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you have a baby now. You want a baby? Here you go. You and Eric have a baby.
You're so cute. I'm getting any ideas.
Let's just say this one marks, so here you go. Let's send him home with you. Bye.
Kerri, it's been a little while since your case, but we did find some things.
Lately, and I don't know what it's about, right before I've been coming here, like the last 2 days, the dogs again are staring upstairs.
when there's nothing up there.
Okay.
I mean, they'll literally sit on my lap and look up at the stairs and not move.
This next one then, also from the same pod audio, just about a minute later actually, it was another strange noise. 28 minutes 50 seconds into it.
Person's childhood. Was that you? That was not me. Was it you?
Most of them we actually marked. We, you know, at the time we heard them, we were just like, "What was that?" No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. That's why it's good that we do that. So for the evidence analysts, you know, we can. It helps us later on, so we know.
Where to look around.
Mm-hmm. See, and that's one of those things that at the time it sounded like a whistle, but in the audio it sounds like something completely different.
Does not sound like a whistle whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
Alright, so the next one is at an hour and 35 minutes in that time.
That's a pretty good EVP.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm content. I was surprised. I thought you found more than I thought you would.
All right. Well, thanks, Kerri. And if you want a copy, did you want this?
I probably should get a copy and Dylan will listen to it. That one voice of that lady talking is a little freaky. And that's about it about that.